Ryan Anderson went live tonight and announced that he did lose his job at the end of the school year.
It had nothing to do with what I called Ken. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with what Gypsy announced to the world, what she was apologizing for. Okay, it had to do with that. I will tell y'all a story. Last season 1, when me and Gypsy were together, we were filming, we were at my mother's for dinner, and I got that call from my principal. All right, when filming started, I begged Lifetime, please do not put anything about my job in the show. Please, say I'm a teacher, that's fine, but don't put anything in the show, okay? I'm sitting there eating dinner with my mother and Gypsy and my nephew and my stepdad and everything. My phone rings and it's my job. I leave the room, talk to it, but I'm mic'd up, and I've asked Lifetime not to put it on TV or anything about my school. But they put that conversation on the show. Okay, fine, whatever. They protected themselves. They didn't do anything wrong. All right. After that episode aired, I got called into the school. Principal called me in. I go to the school on summer break. I go in there and I have a meeting with my principal. And she's mad. She's going off on me, basically. Going off on me. And I'm I didn't know. I'm apologizing left and right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. I'm mad at them, blah, 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 blah. All right. Principal told me that she'd have fired me right then if she could have, okay? Because she said she called the corporate office and said, can I get rid of them for it, blah, blah, blah. But Lifetime protected themselves. They didn't mention my school, and they didn't mention the principal's name. So Lifetime protected themselves. They knew they could do that, okay? But principal wanted to fire me right then and couldn't. Legally, she could. So I knew right then that I had a target on my back. Okay, I knew that. All right, so going into the school year, everything's fine. Show's over. I'm having a good school year. No problem. All right, no issues whatsoever. Then, all of a sudden, I get a write-up for being tardy. Okay. All right. My aide left me. My aide got sick. My teacher's aide got sick. God rest her soul. She ended up passing away. Miss Young, I still love you. Miss you all the time. She ended up getting sick. So I was left with all 6 of my kids, special needs kids, who I love to death, without an aide. Okay. So I don't have anybody in the room to help me. I have some subs every once in a while, but they always took the subs away, okay? Which is fine. I can handle my kids by myself. But that didn't give me a break. So throughout the day, I never got a break. Ever. Never got 30 minutes. Every other teacher in the whole school got 30 minutes. Every other teacher in the whole school got 30 minutes break. I didn't. All right, my kids, being what they were, showed up every day around 7:45, 8 o'clock. Every day. Showed up at that time. 7:45, 8 o'clock. All right. So we were supposed to be at school at 7:25, clock in at 7:25. All right. I didn't get a break throughout the day, which is fine, whatever. But I never got a break, and I never had kids waiting on me. I didn't have morning duty. I had afternoon duty. So I never had morning duty. And I would show up to school about 7:30, 7:35. No kids waiting on me in my room. No kids waiting on me. I would always get to work, get to my class, do what I needed to do. And then my kids would show up. Then I'd go up front, get them, blah, blah, blah. All right. So I started doing that to circumvent my break that I didn't get. Well, I got written up for it. Fine. All right. So I got a tardy write-up. Cool. Whatever. I'll work on it. All right. And now, granted, I did that a lot because I was circumventing that time. All right. Never had kids waiting on me. Ever. Like, I never had a kid sitting in class with no teacher around, ever. You're not supposed to do that. Can't do that. So I never did that. And if somebody said that's BS, I don't have a job anymore, so eat a dick. All right. Number one, my job protected me, protected people from, like, Gypsy's people didn't realize that my job actually is the only reason I never really spoke out. Okay? My job was the only reason I never really spoke out. Okay? So, all her people trying to get me fired and releasing all this stuff, good for you. Because now I can actually speak out. Now I can actually tell what I want to say, and I have no filter. But I have to worry about my next opportunity. So I can't just give it. Like, don't think that that's what this is. This isn't a tell-all. This is me telling. I don't want to tell it all on a TikTok live. I mean, guys, I will tell what happened throughout the whole relationship. I will eventually. I will. Don't think I won't. But this is about my job right now. Okay. So, one time I complained about something to my supervisor. I complained. All right. She did something that I didn't like. She would told me, knowing that I had a target on my back, my supervisor, I will tell some. I don't think I won't. I'm just not giving it all. But I will spell some stuff today if that's what y'all want. Of course, that's what y'all want. But my supervisor, like, I had a meeting scheduled and I didn't tell my supervisor that I rescheduled it, and I wasn't ready for the meeting, but I had already rescheduled it. And before I could tell my supervisor that I rescheduled the meeting, she had already told the principal that this was unacceptable and everything. So I got mad at that, walked in my supervisor. She drugged me right to the principal's office. I got written up for complaining about that. That was another write-up. Boom. 2 write-ups. And then later in the year, I got another tardy write-up. So that was how the school justified not extending my contract. So they used those 2 tardy write-ups and a write-up for me complaining. That's how they covered their own ass, because that's what they were going to do. They couldn't fire me for what was said. Like, y'all read between the lines. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, I had a job and we were transferring, we were merging. I had a job, and then when Gypsy announced that, job gone. So y'all read between the lines. School did what they did to protect themselves, fine. But we all know what it was for. Like, and first off, to hell with the people who called a school and to complain. I was good to my children, my kids. Number one, I was a great teacher to my students. You know, it's funny, when the principal told me my contract were not renewed, exact words came out of her mouth. She said, "You are such a benefit to these kids. I want you to know that you are such a benefit to these kids, and you found your calling." The exact words, "I believe you have found your calling being a special ed teacher." And then proceeds to tell me the school doesn't want my services anymore. What? So I'm a benefit to my kids, and I found my calling. But we don't want you anymore. All right. Does that make any sense to anybody? Does that make any sense? I found my calling. I was a benefit to my kids, but we don't want you anymore. So I had to live with that. I left the school last day, didn't get my contract renewed, fine, whatever. And then, but with such like teacher shortages out there in the world, like, this is why they can't keep teachers. Like, I'm sorry, and for the lady from West Virginia, I have your number. You called the school and complained that I was on what I was on, whatever. You know, that med like saved my life. So number one, whatever. I've been clean and sober for like, let's see, 39, just turned. I've been clean and sober 14 years. Number one, 14 years of my life I've been sober. All right. I had a stupid, it wasn't CPS, it wasn't the parish school board. It wasn't. I worked somewhere else. CSUSA. Y'all figure that out. But our schools were merging. The new principals didn't want to deal with me because people would call. Every time I get on live, some yahoos would always call the school about something I did on a live. Something I did, something I said. Some yahoos would always call the school. I don't know why people don't have lives. I don't get it. That's people's mission to try to ruin other people's lives. Whatever. All right. So if you're keeping tally, I've lost 2 teaching jobs now. 2. Not really my fault. And I'm thankful when my ex left that I had my teaching job and my kids. I'm thankful. Yes, your fault? No, it's not. Number one, it's not. I mean, how is it my fault? Falling in love with Gypsy? I mean, I didn't get fired for calling Ken a name. I didn't get fired for that. I didn't get let go for that. That wasn't what it was. It was that announcement. Like, read between the lines. That's what it was. But it's not, because I can't do anything legally, and that's fine, whatever. I don't sue people. That's not my style, whatever. But when my ex left, that camp wanted me to lose my job for some reason. Like, they always tried to do that. They always tried. Like, when she first left, when she first left, I was abusive. And they announced it to the world, Ron's abusive. And my lawyer shut that shit down. Boom. And they had to change the story up and whatever. So they had to change that story up because that wasn't flying. And I remember my ex told my mother, like, well, Ryan's going to lose his job now, when that abuse article came out. And my mom was like, is that what you want? Told her, is that what you want? And no response. Well, they finally won this time. And they finally won on something that, like, I really enjoy doing. Like, damn, I love my job, guys. But the school protected themselves, so I can't say that it was her. I can't say, so it's whatever. But I'm not going to sue that over that, whatever. I can't sue the school anyway. They protected themselves with paperwork. So 2 tardies and a complaint right up. That was their excuse. It's what it is. But, you know, people started putting out the rumor that I had lost my job because they changed websites, where I was pulled off the website, whatever. They merged schools. So my school no longer exists anyway, technically. But, you know, so people, and I just said I'm on summer break, because I am on summer break. I mean, I am. I got paid for the summer, whatever. But I just wanted to say it myself, okay? I lost my job because of my choices. Yeah, okay. My choice to fall in love with somebody who did everything they could to bring me down. Okay, sure. Y'all believe what you want. I was a good special ed teacher, and I enjoyed it. All right. So that was what I wanted to say about the announcement. But I will say this. Now I'm free to say whatever I want to say. You know, it's kind of funny, that camp over there, in wherever they are, Cutoff or Metairie or wherever, tried to get me to lose my job. Well, it worked. And now y'all got to deal with the consequences of that. Okay? Because my job kept me from saying anything. My job protected y'all. Like, my job protected y'all. Protected her. I just think it's funny, you know. I think it's just, how did they not piece that together? Anyway, all right, y'all remember my last live or one of my lives, I was throwing pictures out and shit like that. I was throwing my pillows and everything. It was funny. I actually got a text from you know who and said, "Did you really throw out our pictures all sad?" I thought that was hilarious. Did you really throw out our pictures? Oh, I thought that was funny. She really did do that. I have text and she knows it. But no, the TMZ article didn't help my job. Number one, didn't help. But I mean, like, that was a private conversation. I've already apologized for that. It is what it is. I haven't called him a bad name since. I mean, whatever. But that was hate towards one person. I've already explained that whole situation. But hashtag scrumptious. Hashtag scrumptious. No straight man in their right mind says scrumptious. Number one. Never happens. Anyway. Sorry, I cracked myself up on that. But I will find another teaching job. It's not a big deal. It's no biggie. I just wanted to clear that up, that it happened. But God works in mysterious ways. It freed me up so I could do some other stuff. And I just love, just move on, let it be, grow up. I have moved on. I have let it be. Like, I love people telling me that. Have y'all not seen the way I've been and acted? And like, I took the high road the whole way. Like, I just love that. I love that. Like, you've got to move on. Well, you could go. See, you can go eat a dick as far as I'm concerned. Go with Christy, eat one. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. Happy birthday, Jessica. So, it is what it is. Saw somebody say that. Pixie, what you doing? You already sleeping? I gotta watch my mouth because I am job hunting. That's pretty funny. I appreciate the people who are Team Ryan. Also, look, I went to Vegas. All right. I love people want more tea about Gypsy. Y'all do realize that was my life, right? Like, I don't owe y'all tea. Number one, I don't owe y'all tea. I mean, that's what's funny. That was my life. And I know if that's all y'all want, y'all could leave. That's fine. But, like, I don't owe y'all anything. So, that was my life. I lived it. I experienced it. I thought it was funny that she did ask, did I really throw out my pictures of her? All sad like. It was funny. But I haven't talked to her. And no, I didn't sign an NDA. I just saw that comment. I never signed an NDA. I can speak and say anything I want to say. And that's the end of that. I can say anything I want to say, and that's the end of it. Okay? But God works in mysterious ways. Now I'm free to do other stuff. And I will do other stuff.